Larry David is an American comedian, writer, actor, and television producer. He and Jerry Seinfeld created the television sitcom Seinfeld, of which David was head writer and executive producer for the first 7 seasons. Born July 2, 1947, age 76 years, Sheepshead Bay, New York, United States. Spouse, Ashley Underwood, M. 2020, Lori David, M. 1993 to 2007. Children, Cassie David, Romy David. Parents, Morty David, Rose David. Siblings, Ken David. Awards, National Defense Service Medal. Larry David net worth $400 million. Early life and education. David was born on July 2, 1947, in the Sheepshead Bay neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York City. His parents are Rose, née Regina Brandis, and Mortimer Julius Morty David, a men's clothing manufacturer, and he has an older brother, Ken. David's family is Jewish. His Jewish-American father's family moved from Germany to the U.S. during the 19th century, while David's mother was born into a Polish-Jewish family in Ternopil, now in Ukraine, and her mother's family name was revealed as Superfine. David graduated from Sheepshead Bay High School, now defunct and operating as Frank J. Macchiarola Educational Complex, in 1965. A sign with his photo is displayed in one of the complex's hallways. He then attended the University of Maryland, College Park, where he was a brother in Tau Epsilon Phi. He graduated in 1970 with a Bachelor of Arts in History. At college, he discovered that he could make people laugh simply by being himself. After college, David enlisted in the United States Army Reserve for 5 years. Career: 1980 to 1987, stand-up and SNL. While a stand-up comedian, David also worked as a store clerk, limousine driver, and historian. He lived in Manhattan Plaza, a federally subsidized housing complex in Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen neighborhood, across the hall from Kenny Kramer, the inspiration for the Cosmo Kramer character in Seinfeld. From 1980 to 1982, David became a writer and cast member for ABC's Fridays, where he worked with Michael Richards, Kramer. From 1984 to 1985, David was a writer for NBC's Saturday Night Live, SNL, and met Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who also worked on the show in this period. During his time at SNL, he was able to get only one sketch on the air, which aired at 12:50 a.m., the show's last time slot. David quit his job at SNL in the first season, only to show up to work 2 days later acting as though nothing had happened. That event inspired the second season Seinfeld episode The Revenge. He can be heard heckling Michael McKean when McKean hosted SNL in 1984, and can be seen in the sketch The Run, Throw, and Catch Like a Girl Olympics when Howard Cosell hosted the season finale in 1985. In 1987, David was a writer and performer for Way Off Broadway, a variety talk show on Lifetime hosted by Joy Behar. Personal life: David lives in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles, California. He was married to Lori Leonard from 1993 to 2007. They have 2 daughters, Cassie David and Romy David. Larry and Lori became contributing bloggers at the Huffington Post in 2005. In 2017, David was introduced to producer Ashley Underwood at a birthday party for Sacha Baron Cohen. They married in 2020. David's niece is actress Julie Claire, who appears in Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. David is a supporter of the Democratic Party. In 2010, he wrote an article for the New York Times criticizing the extension of the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy. He ended the article with a sarcastic thank you to then-President Barack Obama for approving the extension. David is an atheist and an avid sports fan. A native New Yorker, he supports the New York Jets, New York Yankees, New York Knicks, and New York Rangers.